Wow, fancy seeing you here. Let me tell you a bit about myself. As you can see, I'm a dollar bill. Forgive me for my lack of enthusiasm. See, if it were a couple of years back, I'd have introduced myself in pride. But try living the life I've lived, which I'm still living, and see if you'll have any fire left in you. But for your sake, I'll gather up the little flickers and spark this tale to life. So here we go. So this was a couple of years back. Well, I was a freshly printed $1 bill. Fresh, crisp, and might I say, quite the looker. My life began in the shiny depths of the mint, where the air was filled with the scent of newness. I could feel my own worth. I was tagged with others just like me, all equally thrilled about our grand future. Next stop, the bank vault. Oh boy, was it so fancy. The big shiny doors, the guards with the serious faces, and the cameras everywhere, always staring at us, those guys. It actually felt like we were celebrities. My friends and I had a great time there. We were lounging in our velvet trees all day long. I mean, every once in a while, the vault door would open and we would joke, asking, is today the day we actually end up going out into the world? Little did we know that that day was just around the corner and we were not gonna like any part of it. So it happened. Our siesta was rudely interrupted by commotion outside. The vault door was forced open and chaos literally erupted. The usual faces we were used to were no longer staring back at us. Instead, in their place were masked faces of men who seemed to be in a haste. And when I tell you their eyes lit up underneath those masks at the sight of us, I am not exaggerating. I was wrong to assume they would spread joy to us because, on the contrary, we were carelessly and roughly shoved into a dirty, dark bag like sardines. It was then closed up immediately. We were squeezed and crumpled up inside there with my pals. I could hear everyone whispering nervously. Now that is what we call a dramatic twist of events because nobody foresaw this. After what felt like ages of being tossed around, the bag finally opened, and there, staring down at us, were the greediest looking humans I had ever seen. They divided us like pirates counting treasure, giving me and my friends the side eye as they counted each one of us. Then it happened. I was the last one in the pile, and won't you know it? All four of them, they wanted me. They grabbed, they pulled, and then right in the middle, they ripped me. Just like that, I was torn into two, right down the middle. The room fell silent, and I was tossed aside like garbage. One of them even said, "Ah, useless now." They called me useless after ripping me up. They then dropped my two halves to the cold, dusty floor and rushed away with my friends in each of their bags. As I lay there, helpless and in great shock, an old man in tattered security uniform wandered by. He spotted me, bent down, and picked up my halves with his shaky, wrinkled hands. "Oh, what do we have here?" he muttered. Before, wait for it, he shoved me into his filthy, smelly back pocket, where I found myself snuggled against a pack of cigarettes. I hoped I was dreaming, and even for a dream, this was still really, really bad. Later on, he pulled me out again, hands all sweaty, eyes squinting as he tried to join my two halves with, you guessed it, cheap sellotape. With a sloppy smile, he looked at me, satisfied with his handiwork. I also felt good because I was whole again. He then shoved me into a rusty tin on a dusty shelf like I was some kind of prize. Then, as soon as the old man left, his wife, sneaky as a cat, snatched me out of the tin and hurried to her room. She clutched me so tight I could barely breathe. She stuffed me inside a pocket in her clothes, next to her smelly, dirty handkerchief, whose state I did not even want to imagine. I bet you think things can't get any worse, right? I thought so too, until I heard the scratchings. Yep, you guessed right. A rat. It gnawed right through the corner of my fragile body. The pain, oh, the pain. Before I could fully process my agony, it dragged me to its filthy little hole where it left me, barely whole. It would have been better if that was all. But no, the rat, it came back, nibbling at more of me. I was helpless, I was lost, and I was in so much pain. And there I lay, chilled and forgotten in the dark. My once glorious life, as a fresh dollar note, reduced to this. But is this the end of me? No, 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 no way. My journey isn't over yet. So stay tuned.